Hi guys, welcome back to another video of Journal of a Journey. Today I just want to talk about my experiences with depersonalization and derealization specifically, because it's something I've been struggling with quite a lot. I'm just going to call it dpdr for short because that's what everyone calls it. So yeah, I mean, if you've been following my other things, you know it started off about a year and a half ago from a panic attack, and I just haven't been the same since. I feel like I'm stuck in a shadow world almost. If you've watched like Stranger Things or something, it feels like I'm stuck in the upside down. I mean, there's no scary monsters and stuff, but it feels like that. It feels like at any second something could go really wrong. So there's that sense of impending doom, I think, pretty much 24/7. Which makes it really hard to relax. Well, basically impossible to relax. So yeah, just stuck in flight or fight for the last year and a half, which has been really taxing. Noticed that it's really disrupted my sleep. I don't know if it's causing sleep issues or sleep issues are causing it, but I've just been getting super unrefreshing sleep. So waking up feeling honestly like even more tired than I was when I went to sleep, which is really hard to deal with. But on top, the main thing that I really struggle with the DPDR is just feeling the sense of like my old life is just over there and I just can't get it back. It feels like there's a complete, very distinct like difference between how I feel now and how I felt before. And it feels like that I was literally in a past life and getting back there is basically impossible. Which is really hard to deal with, especially when everyone else you're surrounded with is still like in that old life, if that makes sense. So all my friends and stuff, very upbeat, because that's the sort of people they are, which I really liked when I was in that headspace. But now just having people around you like full of energy and like very positive and stuff, it's really hard to deal with because I just can't get to that stage myself. I can't get back there. It feels that everything's just very slightly off. From a derealization perspective, like my surroundings just look off. My vision is so weird. Like even with glasses, I've had these before. All of this started, so it's not a glasses issue. I mean, I've got my eyes checked completely. But everything, just looks really off. Like I'm looking at multiple places at once, which is really tough to deal with. And then it makes my eyes go tired very, very quickly, which is a tough symptom to deal with. And I think that also in turn causes like headaches, like tension headaches around the head and the neck, and everything just like tightens up because I'm like constantly bracing for something to go wrong. One of the big things with derealization though is like looking at the sky and like open spaces. I've been very afraid of that. I think because also you get the existential questions like 24/7, stuff like looking up at the sky, it just feels wrong. And then you think, oh, we're on this rock just spinning through the universe, no one knows what's going on, and it's stuff like that. It's just on my mind 24/7, like none of this can be real. Like it's just so crazy that we're in this situation and we're actually conscious that it can't be real and this must be all wrong. Whereas before I'd think stuff like that and be like, oh, that's really interesting. Like I can read the philosophy of that and like read Camus and like absurdism and stuff like that and existentialism. But now it's like that's an actual threat. Like thinking those scary things is an actual threat and it feels like danger, which I guess is making me all like tense up and brace for something that's about to happen. But so yeah, I've been really freaking out, like getting a phobia of just being in space and like the earth dropping suddenly. And I know it can't because it's like physically impossible, but anxiety is irrational, right? It doesn't care about that. And I think that, you know, all of our understanding of physics and stuff can be wrong and something could just happen that we have no idea could happen, and it could just happen like right now. So I've been weirdly super afraid of the present moment itself and like the next split second of the future. I've been terrified of because there's no way you can know what happens, like literally like almost one frame into the future you just can't predict. So like something could happen, we could all wake up from a simulation within the next like split second and bang, or like the earth could drop or something like that, or you know, you could go crazy in the next split second. So I think it's been dealing with that, which is really hard because it's not like a phobia where, for example, if I was scared of dogs, I know you're not meant to avoid them, but I could avoid them and I'd feel like safe or whatever. But this is like, you can't avoid time, you know, it's always there. Like the next second will always happen. And I think for me, the next second, that next split second, that next frame just represents the unknown. And I'm terrified of the unknown. Anything to do with the unknown, like stepping into the unknown, absolutely terrified of. So the fact that I now understand the next split second as being completely unknown, I think is quite damaging. And it means literally every frame I'm experiencing some anxiety because I don't know what will happen. So that means it's constant, 24/7, which obviously is not good at all. So I think combating that will be key to sort of relaxing a bit more. So that's from the more derealization side, which is sort of just like not recognizing the environment and being just quite scared of reality, basically thinking reality is going to shatter, it's going to suddenly split. I don't really get these panic attacks as much, but I used to get panic attacks where everything was sort of build up and I'd be like, oh my God, this is the moment everything's going to split. Like I'm going to go crazy in this moment. Like I've sort of peeked behind the curtain of reality and now that curtain's just going to drop and I'll see this for what it really is. So I've been really scared of that before, and panic attacks about that, which is the hardest panic attacks I've ever dealt with. Like health ones are bad because, you know, it's something in your body, like a heart issue. But this is like a whole nother level where it's like there literally is, when you think about it, nothing more scary than not even being sure of your reality. So that's been really hard to deal with, the existential questions that come with that. It's also forced me to read a lot of philosophy, but kind of not really in a fun way, more of like I'm genuinely looking for like some help, but still. And then on the depersonalization like side of that, on the DP side of dpdr, I don't really have it as much where I look in the mirror and I don't recognize myself. Like I still kind of recognize myself, so I'm not getting that as much, and I still kind of recognize people, so that's not much of a problem. But it's more the physical side of that, just like, I think I've said this before, but like touching my arm or anything on my body and it just feeling like slightly off, like the sense of touch just slightly muffled or slightly just glitchy, almost just out of place. And that comes with like moving my arms around and everything just feels slightly off, like I'm not fully centered, slightly like topsy-turvy and stuff like that. Like I'm kind of always a little bit drunk or a little bit high, which also comes with like the head pressure and just the vision feeling off and lots of different symptoms that cycle through all the time. And occasionally this will culminate in just feeling absolutely wiped out. I mean, I'm tired all the time, but sometimes it will be a really crazy like fatigue, almost crash. Like it will rise to 11, I'll just be like, I'm so tired, like something like that. Which has been really tough dealing with, because especially because since I've started this medication, like I thought I was improving and everything like that, like, oh, I'm on a roll, and it's like I'll have a good-ish day, and then the next day I'll just be like, oh, bruh, like almost like I've made no progress, back to square one. So it's been really difficult dealing with that when you think you're getting somewhere and then you're just back where you were, or even worse than when you were. So yeah, dealing with that's been really tough, depersonalization side of that, and just not feeling present in myself at all. Like in conversations, this is a big thing. When I'm talking to someone, I'm just like not actually present, and it's made me such a bad listener. And when talking to like friends and family and people, it's just like I talk to them and I'm not actually fully engaging at all in what they're talking about. Like I'm thinking about something completely different, or I'm not even present in my body, so I can't be present in the conversation, if that makes sense. So it's been dealing with stuff like that, and not trying to push away friends and family and stuff like that. I'm trying to keep everyone around me, because when you're going through something like this, you do need a support system. So not pushing them away is like obviously ideal. You want to keep everyone that you know close, for sure, because I think connection is probably how you get out of this, and just realizing that the world's been real this whole time and you just have a slightly warped view of reality because you've gone through something a little bit traumatic. So yeah, just just figuring that out for myself and not pushing people away, instead embracing them, because I don't feel real, so I should embrace reality of what I know of it. So I think it's just thinking more about that on the depersonalization side of things, being aware of your interests and stuff like that. I think when this all hit, I put all of my interests to the side. Like, I used to run a podcast. I do stuff like this, but not on a experience that was like difficult for me. It would just be like talking about stuff for fun. So getting back into stuff like that, even playing video games and stuff I haven't done for ages, getting back into exercising and stuff, it's so hard to do when you feel like you're not here. But I think it's the most important time to do it is when you feel like you're not here, because it's what felt like you were there before. It's what feels like the old you. It's what feels real. It's what feels normal. So I think trying to do anything that can get you back to that is got to be good for you. And I've come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to go back to who I was. There's no way I can go back to who I was. I mean, I've gone through something like this. I'm still going through it, but because I've gone through something like this, the old me would never have even realized you can be scared of your own mind. You can be scared of reality. Like, I'm in a constant war with my mind at the moment. The old me was perfectly safe within my mind. Like, I'd never think before that thinking can make you freak out. You know what I mean? Like having a panic attack just from thinking. But now obviously I realize kind of just how fragile everything is, especially the mind. I mean, all you need to do is get into a thought pattern, the thought spirals, and then you're stuck. You know, you can think your way into the anxiety, but thinking your way out is just not possible. So I think it's definitely made me realize how fragile the mind is, but also how powerful the mind is that it can do this. And I think using the knowledge I have now of just how powerful the mind is, I can use that when I eventually get out of this, which I will do, fingers crossed. I know I'm going to try and manifest it, but when I get out of this, I think I can realize that because the mind is so powerful, it could get me stuck in this like awful rut where my whole reality was changed in a bad way for a year and a half. When I get out of it, there's no reason why I can't change my reality into a good thing where everything feels right, almost like an enlightened state. There's no, like, I can see now that I can get to that. If I can get to a low like this, I can get to a high, because I can just perceive my own reality almost. Without sounding too wishy-washy, I think I can make things good again. But obviously the challenge is getting out of this rut first. So that's been my main concerns with dpdr and stuff like that, all the symptoms. And again, the main ones physically, just feeling off. Literally the only thing I can say, just feeling off, just feeling dizzy, feeling tired all the time, scared of reality, scared of myself, scared of existence. It's a crazy ride. I wouldn't wish it upon anyone, but if anyone is feeling that, and I guess it's why you've watched the video, then just know I'm feeling it too. I mean, I wish there was a silver bullet, a magic pill that could get us all out of this, but I think it's just something we've unfortunately been dealt with, and it will take time, but no one's alone in this. I think that's one of the main reasons I'm making these videos, just document it for myself and for other people to eventually, when we get back out of this, we'll look back and be like, wow, that was crazy. And while we're stuck in it, it's good to have other people that know what we're going through, sort of build a sort of community around it. Obviously, I didn't want to be building a community around this. I never thought I'd be in this situation, but that's life. And the best you can do is just try and make light of bad things, I suppose. It's a shit situation, but it's going to be much more shit if you keep thinking it's shit, if that makes any sense. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully see you again soon.